No Yog, Live Yog. Chapter 21, Digestive System. This is one of the most important systems which are related to our existence. Air, water and food are the three sources of energy, out of which last two are assimilated with the help of this system. This system is related to thinking pattern of every human being. It has typical structural patterns which starts from mouth and ends at anal. This system maintains the balance between appetite, digestion, and excretion. Digestive system is like a pine through which food passes and remains in abdomen for longest time, wherein various processes happen. Throat, esophagus, abdomen, and small intestine, big intestine, lower abdomen, and anal is the pathway of food. They reside in mouth and anal only for intake or an exit. The intake is voluntary, whereas at the exit is involuntary action. The center of satiety in the nervous system controls an appetite and digestion. Therefore, they have a direct correlation with the thought process. Tongue and saliva gland plays an important role in digestion. The smell and taste of food stimulates the secretion of saliva with the help of sensory buds on the tongue. Saliva gives wetness to the food and makes its journey easy. Epiglottis, which otherwise is closed, opens when it swallows and takes the food to the abdomen. It is located in front of the windpipe and goes through diaphragm to the stomach. All other parts of this system are connected to each other, starting from the small intestine, which is connected to the stomach and is called the duodenal and is called as duodenal. Behind the same pancreas are located. The big intestine is composed of various layers going ups and downs horizontal, which gets connected to small intestine. The ascending part of the big intestine ends at the anal region. Due to the cover of the peritoneum and its secretion, various parts of the abdomen do not have friction. Consumption, digestion, and excretion are the main functions of the digestive system, along with the maintaining water balance in the body. Dissection of the consumed food and transforming it in a small particles is called as digestion. All the cells in the body get energy from food. Food which gets crushed with the teeth goes through the esophagus to the stomach. The flaps in it opens only while swallowing the food and are otherwise closed. While vomiting they open otherwise to throw food out of the stomach. These things happen voluntarily when we perform Vamandhoti. The food remains in the stomach for 3 to 4 hours, which gets processed with the help of hydrochloric acid. This processed pulp goes through the duodenum to the small intestine. Before this secretion from the pancreas and the bladder gallbladder gets mixed in it, which primarily digest the carbohydrates and fatty ingredients. Digested food gets absorbed through the capillaries in the small intestine. Glucose gets converted into glycogen and can be reconverted into glucose as per need of the cells in the body. The undigested food along with water goes into the big intestine, where water and sodium is assimilated and has a reaction of potassium softens it further to push ahead for excretion. Digestive system is under control of involuntary nervous system through vagus nerves. Various sensations are connected through this to medulla. The sympathetic system creates more acids, whereas parasympathetic system reduces its secretion. Hunger and satiety centers are under control of hypothalamus, which controls emotions as well. Therefore, emotion imbalance have impact on the hunger and overall digestion. Yogic practices have great impact on this system. It as each as its physical activities is directly connected with the spinal cord and abdominal cavity. Majority of the asanas have direct impact on digestive system, which improves with the help of the proper practice. Stretch, pressure and twist is given in various asanas on the abdominal cavity, which maintain the natural tone of all the abdominal muscles. Primarily, these muscles are without any bones support and tend to get loosened if kept intact. Most of the activities of the digestive system are involuntary, therefore, are required to be brought under voluntary control through the yogic practice. Various asanas, mudras, bandhas, udhyan and agnisar maintain health of the digestive system and endocrine system easily. Awareness in all yogic practices plays a very vital role in maintaining the digestive system strong. Pranayam is directly connected to mind, which also has impact on digestive system. Specific use of the diaphragm in pranayam leaves very positive impact on all abdominal muscles or abdominal organs. Mental composure achieved through pranayam also has impact on overall digestive system. Cleansing process in yoga improves the functional efficiency of the digestive system. The kriyas done with the help of air, water, tubes and cloth cleansing the digestive system in totality along with focus on the specific parts of the system. Kapalabhati makes the abdominal muscles strong. Vaman and Danta Dhauti Vaman and Danta Dhauti cleans the stomach, whereas Basti cleans the lower abdomen and anal region. Shankha Prakshalan cleans the entire digestive tract. Most importantly, all the cleansing processes brings the voluntary control over the many involuntary activities related to this system. Antaranga sadhana is connected to the mind, which directly is connected with the digestive system. Any sort of mental imbalance due to any reason has direct connection to hunger and digestion. Stress of any type can lead to the overeating or low eating, which are risky. Antaranga sadhana controls the mind so easily that nothing extra is required to be done for the diet control. This is said, yatha annam tatha manaha, which means mind is composed as we consume. However, it can be also said in a different context that yatha manaha tatha anna. In other words, it means the purity of food percolates in the digestive system without the knowledge of sadhaka, which is the biggest success of the yoga sadhana. Chapter 23, Respiratory System. Human existence is manifested through prana, a driving force behind his life. Prana gets expressed through two patterns, breath and mind. Breath can be seen and sensed, whereas mind cannot be seen but felt. However, both are closely connected and interdependent. Breath is a functional outcome of the respiratory system, which provides the basic source of the energy to the body. Continuous supply of oxygen to the smallest part of the body, that is cell, is the main function of this system. Any qualitative and quantitative changes in its supply can have immediate impact on the human existence. Our life starts and ends with this system only. Absorption of oxygen from the air, keeping aside unwarranted elements with consistency in the medical of this system. Oxygen is supplied to red blood cells and carbon is exhaled out. This phenomenon happens right from the conception and even in coma. Till this is continuing, we are alive for all practical purposes. Breathing happens at lungs level. It is called as external breathing, and that happening at the cellular level is called as internal breathing. This system starts from the nose and ends to the lungs and alveoli. Inhalation and exhalation are the two main functions of this system. Nose is composed of two nostrils divided by muscle, central muscle. Air gets filtered due to small hair in the nose, get cooled due to the wetness and goes in with the equal proportion or at the time of breathing, adjusting with changes in the air pressure. Has the sensory organ, nose detect any smell and has a motor organ, nose absorbs oxygen through the air. Sinuses get shape to face and density to voice. Sinuses give shape to face and density to the voice through vocal cords. Epiglottis and windpipe are located in the throat, close to each other. While swallowing the food, the windpipes remain closed. Vocal cords are located in front of the windpipe, and voice gets generated due to the pressure of air on it. While inhaling, the vocal muscles spread apart, and while exhaling, they come closer. Human life is enriched compared to the other living beings due to the specific use of the vocal cords for development of the language. The sound sound renounce is beautifully used in many yogic practices. Windpipe gives divided forms of 15th vertebra in the chest. It goes into lungs and with two pairs on the left side and in three parts on the left side. It goes into the lung with two parts on the left side and in three parts on the left side. They further get divided into various small branches at the end, which are alluvial, which are transparent and reflexible muscles, helping breathing activity. The upper part of the lung is narrow and lower part is broad. Upper part of lung is narrow and lower part is broad. Lungs are safely located in the chest cage, structured of various ribs. The elasticity and flexibility of the lung muscle makes the breathing easy, as they can expand and contract. The right and left branch of trachea are placed in smooth sheets of pleura, which avoids friction while breathing. Due to the change in the air pressure, oxygen gets mixed in blood and carbon is separated from it. The impure blood comes in lungs and enters the right ventricle. The pure blood enters the left ventricle and gets circulated through the coronary artery. Blood supply to lungs happens through a bronchial artery. Gases get exchanged due to the changes in pressure of oxygen and carbon dioxide and carbon. Hemoglobin from red blood cells get absorbed with oxygen and blood purification takes place. Respiration is a very rhythmic activity wherein inhalation happens due to the contraction and exhalation automatically. Diaphragm is the muscle which divides the chest and the stomach, chest and the abdomen. While inhaling, it goes down towards abdomen and comes upward towards the chest while exhaling. When it goes down, the lungs can expand to get maximum air inside. After exchanging after exchange of gases, the receptors in alveoli get stimulated signally. Relaxation of the ribs leads to the exhalation. Breathing becomes a continuous involuntary activity. Capacity of lungs to hold air is approximately 5500 to 5600 cc, which is used up to only 500 to 600 cc in normal breathing. Respiration is a partially voluntary activity, and changes in it take place due to the nerves. Chemical reaction, pressure of the in the blood vessel, and regulation between the receptors. Unwarranted things, if enter the nose, get thrown immediately through the sneezing and cough. All the living beings normally breathe through the abdomen, as they are horizontal to gravitation, except human being. You who is vertical to it. Breathing and thoughts are directly and closely related to each other as far as their speed is concerned. More interestingly, the impact of the same stressful situation is different on each individual due to change of perception. Various yogic practices are directly and indirectly related to the respiratory system. Even in physical activities of asana, lot of the importance is given to breathing through pranadharana. However, pranayam is directly related to this system, being an instrument to control the prana, that is breath, voluntary control over the respiratory and its rate, means pranayam, which is absolutely subjective activity. Today there is continuous balance in the breathing rate. Without knowledge of it, in pranayam, it is expected to bring control over this activity through inhalation and exhalation, through its various types from the yogic perspective in pranayam. Nostrils becomes nadis, and regulation of the breathing becomes regulation of the pran. These are not mere changes in words, but aim to be a way of life. All the organs of the respiratory system are used consciously in pranayam, right from the separate use of the two nostrils and diaphragm. Various stages like cleansing, normalizing, controlling, balancing, and awareness play a very vital role of contributing subtle aspect of the pran, that is mind, with absolute cease. With the increased involvement of mind in the entire system, involuntary activities become voluntary, leading to the long term impact on the pranayam, and hence awareness is the entire process makes it more mental than physical one, where respiratory system is truly a means. When we practice Manas pranayam, even the respiratory system is not even the respiratory system is not much used, and objective of mind control through the breath control gets aside, and breath controls through the mind and becomes possible. Practice of antaranga sadhana at the point of this time brings balance between sympathetic and parasympathetic system easily. Hmm? And is respiratory system is useful or is used a bit differently in the yogic practice, has a means and ends at the time. Breath is means and mind is the end. Chapter 23, Circulatory System. This is the one important system working in tandem with respiratory system. Tandem in respiratory system. Circulation of pran shakti obtained through air, water and food is circulated throughout the body with help of the circulatory system. It supports the entire metabolism of the body through 72,000 nadis, 72,000 nadis which circulate the prana shakti for circulating a pure and impure blood. Arteries and veins are arranged respectively. The system operates through the heart, arteries and veins. Oxygen from the air gets mixed with the blood through the lung and circulates throughout the body through coronary artery up to capillaries. Water gives viscosity. Water gives viscosity to the blood, which can flow. Various nutrients assimilated from solid food get mixed in the blood along with the enzymes and hormones created by the various endocrine glands, making it a perfect energy source. Pressure of flowing blood on the walls of nadis is called as blood pressure, which needs to be at a specific level. Any unwarranted changes in the pressure can lead to the problem to high and low body pressure. Various organs of circulatory system are directly related to the physical and mental health of every individual. We will try to understand the important organs of this system. First is heart. This is an organ made of involuntary muscles which have their own rhythm and speed. It is located in the chest cage under the protection of the ribs. Heart's function is only constantly phenomenal in the human body, with double cover of pericardium. Expansion and contraction of heart becomes with ease and control or ease and comfort. Heart is divided into 4 segments with vertical and horizontal muscular curtain. Upper part is called as karnika. Lower part is called as karnika, and lower part is called as jivanika. Upper part karnika, that is the atrium, and lower part is jivanika, that is the ventricles. The karnika and jivanika are connected to each other through the valves, which makes the blood flow in one direction only. Both gets contracted and expanded at the time. On contraction, the karnika blood enters the ventricle and gets pushed to the arteries with the contraction. Impure blood is brought in karnika for purification with the help of the upper and lower veins. With the help of the right ventricle, it is It is brought in the lungs for purification. After exchange of the gas and pure blood enters left carnica and through the left ventricle circulation throughout the body with the help of pulmonary artery, for which or for its own functioning smoothly. Blood supply to the heart is done through the coronary artery. Heart pumps through blood through the expansion and contraction. The normal speed is 60 to 80 beats per minute. Heart rate is connected to SA nodes. Which is stimulus to its functions. Contraction, expansion, rhythm, and conductivity are the specification of heart. Expression. Next is nadi. That is expression of heart beat at the surface level is called as pulse rate as well. Pulse can be experienced at various parts with like wrist, upper side of both the ears, on the slant of the neck, pelvic region, behind knees and near ankle. Pulse beats are around 60 to 80 per minute depending on the mental and physical situation of every individual. Around 5000 to 5500 ml blood is circulated throughout the body per minute. Parallel concept of the nadi is yoga and plus on the physical level are parallel concepts. Nadi primarily is related to the circulation of the pran shakti, which is called blood in general sense. Blood veins capillaries system is amazing structure as it takes care of pure and impure blood at the same time. Both flow in an opposite direction of gravity, but functions are consistent due to the various pulses in them. The impure blood always comes for the purification against the gravitation, and pure blood circulates with the force. Veins, that is Nila, and arteries, that is Rohini, and capillaries, Keshavvahinis, are the expressions of nadis on the physical level. The breathing expressed as nadis are physical level. Breathing at capillary level happens to exchange gases at cell level. The carbon and oxygen at cell levels are exchanged through the capillaries. The subtle exchange expressed of the circulatory system at skin level, it is called as capillary. The yogic context, it is called as prana spandan or chitta spandan. Circulation of the main function, and it's used under control of Vyanavayu. Pressure on the walls of blood veins at the time of contraction is called as systolic pressure, and at the time of expansion it is called as diastolic pressure. Increase in diastolic pressure is called as high blood pressure. A normal healthy person has blood pressure of 120 to 80 of Hg per minute, which may vary according to the age. Change in the pressure at both the level can be treated as ailment related to the circulatory system. In the low blood pressure has an element. Blood pressure to brain reduces blood pressure in the very much necessary for physical metabolism, but all but can be caused as the disease. Okay, next, due to erratic changes in it. Any change in the blood pressure is intimated to brain through the reflector on the carotid and pulmonary arteries, by the carotid and pulmonary arteries. The addition to the normal blood circulation is different type of circulation happens in lung, pancreas and kidneys and brain. The circulation of the circulation of the kidney and the circulation of the pancreas move toxin from body. Blood contains 55% of plasma and 45% of blood cells. The red blood cells are with hemoglobin, and plasma contains white blood cells and antibiotics. Blood clotting makes place due to plasma, and healing makes place automatically. The main element of this system are hypertension and heart disease. Both these diseases are found bluntly in today's time, but has not an outcome of any germs or viruses. They are primarily occurring in very young age due to our hectic lifestyle, thinking pattern and controlling emotions. In the old age, they occur due to rigidity in arteries and reducing immunity. Both these diseases are called as silent killers, as we do not pick the various signals given by body and take it casually. Lack of physical exercise is also one of the main contribution of this disease. When we think of this system for yogic practice or yogic perception, we have to give different thoughts to entire process. Mind is the main instrument which brings in imbalance. Brings in imbalance through the emotion. Okay, conscious and objective thinking can make difference. All the 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga can bring desired changes. Honestly, observance of Yam Niyam brings emotional balance. Asanas coupled with proper relaxation improves the mind-body relationship. Pranayam is the most important means of regulate the entire circulatory system through the Vyana Prana. Some pranayam are to be avoided consciously, and some are to be avoided consciously, and some are to be specifically performed to gain mental composure. Pranayam and Dhyan reduce the emotional contribution or emotional disturbance make the mind strong. Yoga nidra is the boon to both. This element has prevented the curative as well preventive. This system works hard in grows with respiratory system till our last breath and last heartbeat must be respected and taken care of thoughtful throughout the life.